Do you really know what Chabad is? The great lengths it goes to ensure that our community can be supported with whatever is needed without judgment. We wanted to find out more about Chabad, and this is what we discovered. It began in the 1700s and developed until the post-World War 1950s, when the movement's leader, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, launched a global outreach campaign to rejuvenate Jewish life. His campaign started with a handful of men and women who chose to dedicate their lives to this ideal and flourished into a network of 4,000 families in 75 countries. They became known as Shluchim, Chabad representatives. These bright, idealistic young couples, filled with enthusiasm and love of the Jewish people, are the key to Chabad's continued vitality and phenomenal growth. In the United Kingdom alone, there are 36 Chabad centres staffed by 90 Shluchim who deliver a wealth of activities and services. But at the core of all this is an approach which makes Chabad very special, a unique dedication to each individual, whoever they are, and whatever their need. To capture the flavour of what makes Chabad so special, we went to Chabad of Nottingham to spend a few hours with Rabbi Mendy and Brocha Lent.
We want to reach out to as many Jewish students as possible. Thank God it's a booming university campus, teeming with Jewish students. There's no shortage of work for us to do. We started off with just a handful of students, and we're now at 100 odd. I do a lot of going to students' houses. I'll stop by or put on to fill in with someone I know in the house, and they'll just see that I'm a normal guy, and they'll start coming to Friday night dinners. That happens a lot. I think one thing you'll find unique across Chabad, and it's across the board, and it's because we're educated that way, and it's not just it's in the Chabad philosophy. It's an integral part of what Chabad is that there's going to be an unconditional love for every Jewish person. A small Shabbat now is about 80 people, so 80 to 100. This week we've got about 140 coming. Big events, Purim, well over 100. We had to buy a marquee now, which is obviously a huge expense to get that, putting flooring and things like that. We might be full for an event, and there's still a few people saying, can we still come? We didn't realise we needed to RSVP earlier. I'll never say no to anybody. Every person deserves to have a Shabbat.
They come here, and then they always turn around and say, why didn't I find Chabad 3 years ago? Always.
It doesn't matter who you are, they're so welcoming and hospitable, and you see people who are completely irreligious or who are religious, and everyone has the best time every Friday night, and it's just a really cool environment to be in.
In January 2013, Chabad was contacted about a Jewish mother from London who had suddenly suffered a major stroke whilst on holiday in the Far East. Within hours, a Chabad rabbi was at her bedside in a Hong Kong hospital, supporting the family in their crisis.
Chabad in general as an organisation is very helpful. When my mum passed away in Hong Kong, without the Chabad's help, we wouldn't have been able to have the funeral on time in London. Getting that, thinking about just Jewish students here who live abroad, I know that without an extra help, they wouldn't really know what they're doing. God forbid should something happen. So it was very helpful to have a useful organisation like Chabad to organise with us.
It is the same dedication we witnessed in Nottingham that is behind all of Chabad's work, including their innovative signature events and programmes raising Jewish pride across the community. 6,000 people celebrated Hanukkah in Trafalgar Square. Chabad Sukkah in the city opened its doors to the public in the heart of London's busy financial district. Chabad runs schools, summer camps, vocational training, scholarships for disadvantaged students from Eastern Europe, youth programmes, health and social welfare centres, hospital visits, communal seders, Shabbat and festival hospitality. Where do these exceptionally caring people come from? Every story starts somewhere. Meet Rabbi Baruch. Baruch has reignited a northwest London community, When he was assigned the post at Bronsbury Park Synagogue, the fire of his charismatic personality saw him reintroduce a sense of Judaism to what was, a few short years ago, a dwindling community.
I think that my Weltanschauung is very much focused around a love and a desire for helping people. Whatever the situation, whatever the scenario, it strikes me that there is something really crucial here around the way in which Chabad operates, because Chabad sees each individual both as being one, but also as being Olam Maleh, an entire world. For many people, looking at the Lubavitch schools, at first glance doesn't touch them. It doesn't touch them because in many respects these schools are foreign. They're foreign in terms of their ideology, they are foreign in terms of the sector of community that they cater to, they are unfamiliar in terms of location and in so many other respects. Don't look at those children whilst they are in school. Look at where they get to in life. Look at where they travel. Look at the impact that they have on communities around the world and work backwards. And if, by looking at the final product, you are pleased with what you see, then don't forget where it comes from. Don't forget that somewhere there's got to be a start. And the start is the nerve center, which nurtures and instills and inspires these sorts of values in young people.
We found that the common ideology amongst all Chabad is the overwhelming sense of responsibility to help others unconditionally. We are all one, but as a collective, Chabad is the invisible glue that holds together the fabric of Anglo Jewry. The work we witnessed making this film is essential to all our futures. The level of dedication and commitment that Chabad show is unrivaled. Chabad needs every one of us to support its future so that it can continue to support ours.